Good morning, everybody. Let me just check my sound because they like to turn it off. Give me 1 second. Today, I'm going to give you patent on EEG heterodyning or EEG cloning. Now, me and other people disagree on this. Some people don't uh, believe it exists. I know it exists, and I'm going to give you information and a patent to look at, which has been perfected over the years. So let me see this, and it's going to explain a lot of stuff targets are going through. Now, will smart dust and nanotech make this more accurate? I would say yeah, but it is going on, so it's very important. I'm going to play this message from Brian too, a little bit of it. He sent me the other day, and I'm sure he won't mind. He left me a voicemail. Listen what he said. Then I'm going to read the information. Then I'm going to give you the patent number and read about the patent.
Listen, I was looking at your David Hyatt's brain. Listen, I was looking at your uploads on the internet, on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, videos that you made, and you need to understand that what's happening to you and me and other people. I posted it on my social media page, my Facebook. It's called EEG heterodyning. So that's how they're able to manipulate any area, any region of our anatomy, any organ, cause trauma, whatever, simply by manipulating the neurons in our brain. So it's silent assassination through amplified neurons. It's targeting your sensory and neural pathways of your brain and central nervous system. It's called EEG. EEG, heterodyning. Heterodyning is an engineering term which means the mixing of signals. EEG heterodyning is the mixing of brainwave signals. That's what they're doing.
Okay. The other stuff, okay. The other advice has a word I can't say on there. So, okay. Remote neural attacks are for EEG heterodyning. It's not cyber torture, it's mind control. The torture is used to depattern the brain of the victim so it can be repatterned with a fabricated and or falsified stream of electromagnetic low frequency waves targeting the mind of the victim. Hence the term mind control. CIA mind control is a weapon system designed to force victims to harm others or to self-destruct. EEG cloning means to copy someone else's brainwaves onto another person. That's why sleep deprivation, torture, and altering of sleep cycles is so crucial to their technology in order to place the brain of their victims into a state of functional disorientation where the victim cannot recognize modification of his or her active memory in real time and fight back against the system's influences. Heterodyning is a discovery made by Robert Malek, and I'm going to read the patent when I get done. It allows this to be done wirelessly to anyone in the world. The correct terminology to describe what is happening to us and other victims is EEG heterodyning. Heterodyning is an engineering term that means to mix signals. Am I saying this happening to all targets? No, because I'm aware they're using all kinds of stuff. Okay, so EEG cloning is just a special case of heterodyning, EEG heterodyning, or the mixing of brainwave signals. It feels like what is portrayed by Hollywood psychic channelers. It is a hypnotized, disassociated state that makes you feel that you are watching a movie but not participating in it. The reason for this subjective feeling of disassociation while fully cloning someone else's brainwaves is due to the psychophysics phenomenon of choice. If one has no choices of how their electrical brainwave patterns proceed because there were a few decision nodes that were close to the firing threshold, they will not subjectively experience choice and feel like they will feel like they're not participating in any decision. This is how the subjective experience changes, all due to the neuronal firing probabilities. The conscious subject experience is mapped to that probability. EEG cloning uses strategic deception and mental manipulation to create errors of judgment and reasoning by vocabulary confusion by every means possible. However, they are targeting. Hold on. EEG cloning experiments used to create demented mind models, which create the worst mentally deranged psychopathology in the CIA DoD monsters could come up with. It's most effective on subjects that are sensory deprived, which is why they are constantly use sleep deprivation on people to force people into a theta state. There are many hundreds of thousands of victims of brutal EEG cloning weapons testing. EEG cloning is the synchronizing of brainwaves between the clone members of the hive mind teams and the victims to achieve direct behavioral control. Cloning someone's mind onto someone else's changes their personality and behavior, but in the best conditions, the entire body will be taken over. Forced speech is one of the unsettling capabilities of the technology, and the term used by people who have been given demonstrations of it. The best way to describe what a neural link feels like in a medium intensity cloning signal it is a cell phone call with the caller's voice, emotion, and some physical urges transferred while they speak. That's why many victims talk to themselves. They are actually talking to someone else. Everything you feel, they feel amplified, vice versa. They have developed a few brainwave filters for certain types of brain activity, but are, on the most part, you both are of one single mixed mind. And I'm not saying everybody's on this, but if you read, I'm gonna read on, and I'll get into it. EEG cloning allows the psychic attackers to read every little fear that crosses your mind, and they are trained to use them against you, which is why they keep threatening me with death using synthetic telepathy. EEG cloning can capture the moment of a guilty response, feeling, hold, and continuously replay those brain signals to try and stimulate the memories surrounding the associated response. Controlling and reading a person's mind requires a program specifically with their cognitive configuration. This is the rationale behind the EEG cloning and cataloging operations. Direct energy weapons can be used to induce diabetes and diseases and disorders. Even organ failure, stroke, congestive heart failure. One victim got diabetes and then was manipulated into insulin shock. Defining ritual abuse and trauma mind control, sensory, sleep deprivation, sensory overload, shaming, humiliation, belittlement, theatrics, trickery, illusions, lies, and coercion, physical, emotional, verbal, and sexual and spiritual abuse, forced actions against others, direct energy torture, systematic behavior modification and hypnosis techniques, drugs, lights, sounds, smells, special effects, films, hidden cameras and microphones, elaborately designed role play, characterizations based on nursery rhymes, fairy tale stories, books, movies, electroshock, violence, remote psychotronic concentration camp. So anyway, I'm not doing a live today. We're going to take the day off and do something for ourselves. But I just wanted to get this information out there because, Brian left me that message and, from my research, oh yeah, I got to tell you the patent. Okay, I'll see. Okay, I found the patent number US 3951134A, apparatus for method for remotely monitoring, altering brain waves. And they figured out how they can make anything happen to your body if they really wanted to. Apparatus for method of sensing brain waves at a position remote from a subject whereby electromagnetic signals of different frequencies are simultaneously transmitted to the brain of the subject in which the signals interfere with one another to yield a waveform, which is modulated by the subject's brain waves. The interference waveform, which is representative of the brain wave activity, is retransmitted by the brain to a receiver, where it's demodulated and amplified. The demodulated waveform is then displayed for visual viewing and routed to a computer for further processing and analysis. The demodulated waveform also can be used to produce a compensating signal, which is transmitted back to the brain to effect a desired change in the electrical activity therein. And there's a lot more to it. Anyway, I'll put the patent number in the description. Once again, well, I got to say for entertainment purposes only. But you already know. Anyway, God bless y'all. I hope everybody has the best day they can. And remember, one of my favorite verses real quick is, let us not grow weary in well doing, for in due season we will reap if we faint not. And that comes from Galatians 6:9. Y'all have a good day.